Hi, we're Jamie and Aiden. Thanks for clicking on our video. We are just about to head out to Europe. If you know our channel, then you've seen our travels across most of Southeast Asia. And if you haven't seen them, then be sure to check them out for travel tips and the reality of backpacking across Asia. For this leg of our trip, we are going to be ticking off some bucket list places in Europe. Watch this video if you want to see everything that we are packing, as well as some tips to make packing easier and stress-free. Hi, welcome to the video. It is currently just before 12. We are going to the Gatwick Hotel tonight because our flight is quite early. So we've only got a few hours. We've still got work to do today. Aiden is working at the minute and he needs to go to the supermarket. So it's a massive rush. We need to pack everything. But I'm gonna do it on camera. We get a lot of questions about what we pack. Hopefully we can be helpful and show you what we include and also how we get it in with some tips. So yeah, let's go. As you can see, I've taken over the entire living room. All of this stuff so far. This is the setup. Clothes, everything. But we are gonna get it all into our bags. Let's get going. So the first decision that you definitely have to make if you are going to be traveling, backpacking, is to go backpack or suitcase. Now, our first country that we are heading to is Italy, and we are going to be doing a few kind of stops at a few different European countries and cities. We are booked so far as hand luggage only. We are going to have a small backpack and then the big bag. So Aiden has opted for, he's going to stick with his Osprey one. This is the 40 litre. Yeah, 40 litre, and this is what we took around Southeast Asia with us. We do have a bigger one, which is great for a longer kind of backpacking trip, but this one is great because if you do kind of press it down, it is the size of overhead storage. We've kind of measured things, it's just about in. So this is what Aiden's gonna go with. He likes to have a backpack, I think he likes to carry it. I, however, do not. So I am gonna go for a suitcase. This is one that I have had in the loft for a while. It's quite lightweight, it's not too bad. The only issue is that the wheels are a little bit big, and if you measure, they are just outside by like a centimetre. Just outside of the measurements that we are allowed. We are flying with EasyJet, but we know that we will probably end up doing some more kind of budget airlines, maybe Ryanair, throughout the trip. So hopefully this is gonna be okay. I'm gonna try it. If worst comes to worst, we'll have to pay, but we'll see how it goes. So that's what we're deciding to take. For you, if you are planning your own trip, the things that you need to think about is access. If you're going to places with loads of stairs, loads of kind of cobbly streets, you're gonna be getting maybe a train into the middle of the city and then walk to your accommodation. Having a suitcase is not gonna be the one. Having a backpack that you can just put on your back and walk, go up steps, anywhere. If you are in an apartment that has no lift, then yeah, a backpack is gonna be much better. Fitting stuff in, you can kind of fit the same amount into both, so that's not really something that you need to think about. It's just, which do you want to do? The other thing is that a suitcase does protect your stuff a little bit more. Obviously, it's water resistant, it's a bit hardier than a bag that can get a little bit damaged, especially if you're gonna check anything in. We're gonna always keep it on us, so it doesn't really matter, but if you are checking stuff in, this usually gets thrown around a lot more than a case does. So now you've chosen what bags you're going to take, you need to put some stuff inside of it. I'm gonna quickly go through everything. I don't want it to be too long because obviously there's a lot, but I'm gonna talk about the main points. So personally, I always write a list. If anyone knows me quite well, I'm quite an organized person. I like to write things down, hence why I've got the laptop with things written down. I've got kind of written down on a pad, maybe on my phone as well. I like to plan everything. My list is pretty much just a tick list. If you want to be super organized, you can put it into clothes, toiletries, kind of technology, and then other stuff like passports and important documents. But for me, it's just kind of everything all in one list. I know what I need-ish because I've done it a few times now. Otherwise, a great thing that you can think about when you are kind of planning what you need to bring is to just go through the day, kind of ask yourself a question. What do I usually use in the morning to get ready? What do I put on? What clothes do I wear? Okay, if it's a sunny day, what do I wear? If it's rainy, what do I need? What do I use at night time? That kind of thing. So if you are prone to forgetting things, going through the day is a really good way of remembering. You'll remember, oh, actually I completely forgot that I need deodorant, or that I need, I don't know, anything that you want to bring. Just go through your day in your normal life, and that's what you need to take with you. The next thing that you definitely need to look at is, of course, the weather of the place that you are going to. So for us, we are leaving, it is just about the end of October. We're going to hopefully be traveling for a little while. So we're going really for the winter months in Europe. We know that temperatures are going to be a little bit different depending on which country we're in. We know that we're starting with about 25 degrees, but some of the places is expected maybe about less than 10 degrees. So we need a whole range of not just outfits, but things to keep us warm, things to keep us cool. That's what we're going for. If you are planning your trip, you need to look at the kind of expected rainfall. Do you need loads of jackets? The weather, is it going to be cold? Is it going to be hot? And then you know kind of what you need to pack. There's no point bringing a coat if you're going to be in 30-degree weather. The next thing that you have to do before you start packing is check your airline for what you are allowed. Like I mentioned earlier, we are flying to start with EasyJet, but we probably will be doing some other flights, most likely a Ryanair one. This is most of the budget kind of European ones are going to be EasyJet or Ryanair. So if you check both of those, they're pretty much the same, to be honest. Then you know that you can always have your bag on this flight. You don't want to bring a bag that then you can't actually use in the overhead on the Ryanair flight. So that's what we've done. We've just gone through, we know the measurements, we know the weights. Okay, so now let's go through what we are actually bringing. Hopefully those tips were a bit helpful for kind of how we prepare. Now let's go through everything that we're bringing. First off is clothes. Nothing is really packed away yet. I've just gone through my wardrobe and grabbed everything that I wanted. I was thinking for this video to just talk through everything and then try and pack things in, and then if I can't fit anything, I try and repack until I can. So it's all just a big mess at the minute. Clothes, everyone has different style, everyone wants to bring different things. The main things that you need to think about: t-shirts, jumpers, jacket. I like to bring dresses, obviously. You need jeans or trousers, maybe some ones that are better for doing fitness or walking if you're into this. And then obviously socks, pants, underwear, this kind of thing. You can choose how much you want to bring. Some people I know have traveled with 2 t-shirts, 2 shorts, 2 pairs of pants. That's fine for them, not for me though. I like to kind of have a week, basically 7 days worth of definitely socks and things like this. Outfits, I'm gonna try and fit in as much as I can. But yeah, 7 days is good because then you know that you have a week, then you do your laundry, maybe you have a spare thing to wear on that day, and then you have another week. So you're not always constantly doing laundry, but not bringing too much that you've got stuff that you end up not even wearing and you're just taking them around for no reason. For Aiden's clothes, it's pretty much the same thing. Over there we've got jeans, t-shirts, jacket, jumpers. So yeah, pretty much the same. That's it, it's clothes. The tip that we've now got for you when it comes to clothes is that anything that can be doubled is great. I am not going to bring one cardigan that only goes with one top. Absolutely no point, because you're gonna wear that cardigan once and then never again. You need things that you can wear over and over. Like for example, I'm gonna bring long sleeve t-shirts that I know that I can wear under dresses, with jeans, with jumpers. Everything goes with everything. That's a really good tip. If you are finding it hard to do that, then try to just go for some staples. No one's really going to notice what you're wearing. It's not like the main thing that you should be worrying about when you're traveling. So just bring some things that you know are comfy and durable. Try to leave your favorite things at home just in case anything happens to your luggage or you lose it in laundry. This has happened to us before. So if you've got some really expensive things or like really sentimental clothing pieces, leave those. Don't bother bringing them. Bring durable, lightweight, layerable clothing. With that in mind, we have both opted, instead of bringing a big jacket, we know we're going to be a little bit cold. I think we'll be able to manage, and that might be famous last words. But instead of bringing a big jacket, we always just bring the small, kind of very thin, waterproof jackets, because if you're cold, I would wear a jumper and maybe hat and scarf. If it's raining, you only need this. And if it's both, I'm going to put a jumper on and this over the top. Just a safe space. If I put a big jacket in, I probably wouldn't be able to fit half the things that I can. So that's one of my best tips. These are very cheap. You can get them from anywhere. I'm pretty sure Aiden's is from Amazon. I've had mine for years, so I can't really remember, but these are a very good thing to bring. Put them in your bag wherever you go. You never know what's gonna happen to the weather and you don't wanna be caught out in the rain without them. This very weird looking bag, this is just why I'm keeping them in right now, is all of our toiletries. Because we are not checking anything in, it's just gonna be cabin luggage. You do have to remember to keep everything under 100 milliliters. My one tip for this is it gets quite expensive if you buy all the travel versions of things. Instead, I've just kind of got the refill ones and then I fill up my own stuff. I didn't have any labels, so I used a plaster. This is my day moisturizer. So yeah, buying the minis can be quite expensive. Get yourself, we got them from Amazon, a load of empty 100 milliliter bottles and then fill them up yourself from the big ones that you already have. This is just, you save a little bit of money by doing this. Next is, if there's anything that I can get away with it not being a liquid, I'll try. And what I mean by this is, I could have brought shower gel, but instead I always bring a soap bar. Therefore it doesn't count towards your liquids. Sometimes in airports across Europe, they can be quite picky. They will only let you have one small kind of clear bag per person. Sometimes they don't question it at all and you can bring through as much as you want, but sometimes they do. So try and keep it within one bag per person. I'm obviously gonna have a lot more toiletries than Aiden, so he takes some of mine. But yeah, things like makeup, if you can keep them powdered forms instead of liquid, then that's much better because it doesn't count towards your liquids. Okay, let's move this then out the way, just add to the pile. Next we have technology, which is this big bag here. So inside we have a lot of technology. You're going to have less than us, I would guess. Most of our stuff is YouTube stuff. So we like to keep all of our technology. This is Aiden's kind of smaller backpack. We've got laptops, we've got cameras, we've got kind of phones, Kindles, we've got a drone. So we've got a lot of technology. We like to just keep it all in one bag. We keep it safe, we keep an eye on it. If we do have to end up checking in our overhead ones, then we know that we've got this one on us with all of our technology. So you won't be bringing the same as us, so it's not really worth going through every single thing that we have. I think the main things that you need to remember for technology is the smaller the better. I had a really chunky laptop and I have changed to a thinner one. This is the one that I'm gonna bring with me because it's gonna fit inside my bag and not be as heavy. Next is just your leads and your chargers. Let me see if I can find any around the room. So around Europe, they are going to use the EU plugs, which are just like this. The 2 pins, because we are from England, we have these ones. So we either use our universal ones, which are really good because you can put the plug in, but then also the USB. So this is good, you can charge quite a lot at the same time. We always take one of these universal ones because you can do everything with it. But we are also going to take some EU ones because they're a little bit more secure, I guess. This one can be a little bit temperamental sometimes. So we've got a couple of these as well. That's basically all of our electronics. This is what you need to think about. Check the countries that you're going to, what plugs they use. I do recommend using these even if you do have, maybe if there's a straight to the wall USB one. The voltages are usually different. You can get power surges. This happened quite a lot to my charger out when we were in Southeast Asia because I had one that went straight into the wall and I think I went for about 4 or 5 charges. So yeah, just use these. Use the ones that change it and make it safe and protect your electronics. Next is our passports and all of the the documents that you need. So I like to keep everything in this. I know it takes up a bit more space than just having like a passport would, but it keeps everything together and it's easier. I find when we're in the airport, you have to get it out so often, just get the passports out. So if I put it away, then it's harder. I just kind of like carry this like it's a fashionable clutch as I'm going around. So yeah, we've got our passports. The only other thing that we've got in here at the minute is our passport pictures. Sometimes you need spare ones for visas. Not so much around Europe, but we always have these anyway. The other things that I am going to put in here are like printouts of our bookings. I will probably put maybe a copy of our insurance, just like the front page, And sometimes if I'm feeling extra organised, I put in a photocopy of our passports, just in case anything happens or in case anyone wants to keep a copy, then you can just give them the photocopy instead of the real one. This is not so much of a thing around Europe. They're usually quite good at just writing down your numbers or making their own photocopy. We did do this a lot around Southeast Asia because everywhere that you checked in or every time you wanted to rent a bike or something, they would want to keep your passport. So we just had a lot of photocopies that we gave out. But that's where I keep all of the important things. Make sure that you have gone through purchasing insurance, checking your visas. We say this every single time we do one of these informational videos. It's so important to check your visa before you go. Everything changes so often as well, usually with no warning. So check before you book your flights and then check a few days before you're heading out as well on your government website. And of course, having the insurance, this is really important. We talk about it so much, but having insurance is one of the best ways that you can protect your stay and your traveling. We opt for Safety Wing. We think it is the best insurance for backpackers, digital nomads, any type of traveler. You can pay on a monthly basis and cancel at any time. All of the information is usually in our description. We'll put it all down below. If you do want to sign up, then clicking through our link helps support us at no extra cost to you. You can see all the stuff that we have to buy for these trips. It gets very expensive. So if you do want to support us at all, like the video, subscribe, and if you are thinking of getting any of this stuff anyway, then if you do it through our links, we will make a small little bit of profit from it. Enough of me asking for stuff though. Next we are going to go on to any other extras that we put in. The next thing is just that kind of any other business that we like to include. The first one, especially for Europe, is a reusable water bottle. This is a really good one because it's collapsible, so it doesn't take up too much space. It's also got a handy clip on it, so you can clip it to the outside of your backpack. In Europe, most of the water is safe to drink, so being able to fill up for free is a way that we save money and also save on using a lot of plastic bottles. The next is a first aid kit. We don't have kind of crazy amounts of stuff inside this. The main things that we bring are paracetamol and plasters, things that you find that you always need. There are some kind of bandages and stuff inside of it as well. You usually just have those and then don't end up using them, but it's a good thing to keep with you as an extra kind of step to protect yourself. But bringing a first aid kit is important, and usually inside of the first aid kit we bring a Swiss Army knife. Do check with the airlines that you are going to travel with if these are allowed, and also the countries. Some countries are a little bit funny about them, but it has so many different things that you can pull out, which is really helpful. Having a small pair of scissors and also a small little pair of tweezers is a really good thing to have when you are traveling, because you never know what's going to happen. Other things that are in this category are towels. We always bring microfiber ones because they are so much smaller, they fold down and they are easier to dry and wash. Next is a waterproof bag. If we are ever maybe walking somewhere and we've got our technology in our bag, we always put it inside of these. They are great if you're going to the beach. I just stick everything inside of this, and then if the beach is maybe not the most trustworthy, then I just keep it on me because it doesn't matter if it's getting splashed or in the water. And especially if you're going to do any activities like going on boats or canoeing, then we just put everything inside, roll it up, and then go. The last thing, which is very important, especially if you are planning on staying in any dorms or you're gonna leave your luggage anywhere, like leave it in the kind of the hotel's luggage room while you go out for the day, is a padlock. We always have a couple. We prefer the combination ones because then you're not gonna worry about losing a key, but we have both, and we always just lock up our bags if we're on the go. You never know what's gonna happen. Europe, especially the big cities, are quite bad for pickpocketing. So I believe if we are in any cities where we don't feel very comfortable, then we'll probably end up putting the padlock on like our backpack if we're walking around in the day as well. Okay, so now we are going to actually pack everything. I hope that I've gone through everything with you. I'm going to show you how I actually try and get everything in. It's a lot of rolling, a lot of folding, a lot of trying stuff around, like playing Tetris with your stuff. And let's start doing that then. I've got my empty case here. I've got stuff that is already inside of packing cubes, which are a massive, massive lifesaver. All of this is like socks and underwear and swimming stuff. This is like pajamas and my rain jacket, and I can't even really remember. But it just makes everything a lot more organized inside your bag, and then it means you only need to try and fit in cubes instead of like misshapen things. So up there on the sofa is ready what I'm going to put into the bag. I'm going to try and get all of the clothes that are here into this. Yeah, I'm not sure that I'm going to do it. Okay, that's the next one done. So far it's been very much organised chaos. My bag's done, I need to weigh it. Aiden's is nearly done, then the hand luggage. So, bored of packing now, I should have prepared a bit more. But yeah, we're nearly there. So let's time lapse this again. Okay, and I believe that that is actually it. So, left over we've got 2 dresses that I couldn't fit, and the hangers. We got some rubbish. My laptop, I don't want to pack that yet because I'm still using it. Down here we have, this is Aiden's kind of small bag. Obviously we are still using that right now because I've got the camera. That is quite easy to put away, that's fine. Down here, hidden, is a few more bits of tech like the Kindle. They're easy to go in. Here's what we're wearing. So that's sorted. And then we've got our 3 bags. This is the 2 bigger ones, and that's the small one. Fingers crossed that they all go okay and they get let in. So if you enjoyed our packing video, I know it was very kind of unorganized. That is the way I pack, but in the end it all works out. Again, if you have any more questions and if you enjoyed it, make sure to give this video a comment, a like and subscribe. We are heading off on our next adventure. I'm very, very excited to say that we are going to Italy. We're going to spend a little bit of time there before heading off to a few more countries. So if you do want to see what we get up to, if you want any of our tips and tricks, please check out our channel, turn on the notifications so you can see what we are doing in the future. There's not much really else to say. I'm sorry that the video was so unorganized. I hope that I could answer some questions though, and we will see you from Italy. Bye.